Good morning, Monarchs. The purpose of today's video is to give you a sense of what you should be doing for entry number 3, which is about understanding purpose. First, I want to apologize for the use of this image that I used from last week of myself. My partner told me that I look creepy in it, and if you agree with her, I apologize. So I underlined here some of the key things that you want to make sure that appear in your entry. So again, as per usual, it should be about 350 to 500 words. You are going to want to read Matt Copeland's The Writing Context, the first 6 pages of it, in which he talks a lot about purpose, and he also talks about the writing context and what makes up the writing context. And you'll notice that a lot of the concepts in the writing context are the concepts that we are using for this course: genre, audience. And as I have mentioned before, the reason that these are the course concepts is because these are not mutually exclusive concepts. You have to be thinking about and balancing how you approach the decisions about these concepts whenever you write any type of document. So you're going to read Matt Copeland's work, and I want you to briefly explain what you read in those first 6 pages about purpose in your own words. Then I want you to reflect upon your own life and your own experiences with writing, and choose a document that you have written and explain what the purpose of that document was and what you did while you were writing to achieve that purpose. So did you use exclamation points? Did you use certain vocabulary, very formal vocabulary? Did you use very informal vocabulary in order to get in touch with your audience? Did you include images to illustrate the point that you were trying to make? And then for the second half of the entry, what I would like you to do is I want you to look at some reviews of Billie Eilish's Happier Than Ever. And you'll notice here that the top two by Wilmans and Kent, are critics, because Wilman and Kent are both professional critics who write for publications, Variety, The Line of Best Fit. And then the last two are user reviews, somebody like you and I, and what we would write if we were to do a review of an album of this type. So let me just jump into, this is Will Mann's from Variety. As you can see, that's just the first paragraph. There are multiple paragraphs that follow this. So it's going to be a longer review. And you want to pay attention to what is Willman, what features of the album does Willman focus on, and see how that compares to the features of the album that Kent focuses on as well. This is Vinny Sissawaite's Metacritic review page, and as you can see, the third one down from the top is Billie Eilish's album. One thing I want you to pay attention, there's a lot of information here in addition to that review, and what you see there is the entire review, is that we see that Vinny Sissawaite does many reviews in many different types of media. And in terms of music, Vinny Sissawaite has done 20 albums. So this isn't like just one album that Vinny Sissawaite has done. We also see that 21 of 23 users found this helpful. So you want to be thinking about, what type of information does this give you other than just what the person says, and what do we know about this person based upon this other information? This is a close-up, and again, this is the entire text of this review, much different than what we get with a critic's review. And that's what I want you to think about, is how is what happens in these user reviews different from a critic review, and how does that change the purpose of them, and how are the purposes similar as well? So after you read all those reviews, I want you to explain the subtle difference between the purpose of a professional critic's review and a user's review. Use specific examples from the reviews. So I'm going to be looking for to make sure that this is a complete entry. And again, use some citations from them, and you can use APA, MLA, or Chicago. Finally, if there are any concepts or ideas, if you're not really understanding the concept of purpose, use this as an opportunity to talk to me about what you do understand, and then also talk to me about what you don't understand, but what you think you understand about what you're struggling to understand, and that gives me an opportunity to step in and say, hey, you're kind of on the right track, but let's take it in a little bit different direction. I hope this helps you write your entry for today. Have a good day, and I will be talking with you through email in the near future. Take care.